Haven't been doing many YouTube videos here lately. Kind of gotta apologize for that. Everything I've been doing, I've kind of been putting on TikTok. But past couple of days, we've done quite a bit here around the house. There's a big crape myrtle out front. We cleared around it. We cleared up around a cedar tree. And I got the videos done for TikTok, and they were kind of long, and I was like, I should probably go ahead and put those on YouTube. For those that do still follow me, just kind of show what we're working on, what we're doing, especially because since we've moved to the new property, with me working full-time now, Brian's really busy with his job here at the school. I just don't have a lot of time to do the longer videos. But the baby, she's sniffing everything. Yeah, Lilith. But anyhow, I just thought I would do a kind of little intro. So on the videos, if you see here, I'm saying part 2 because of a video. It's because these videos were actually supposed to go on TikTok. They did go on TikTok, but I'm gonna go ahead and upload them here too. So I hope you'll enjoy, and I'll try to get better on putting more stuff on YouTube. Bye. Alrighty, so today we decided to tackle the ugly tree in the front. This is a huge crape myrtle. It is wrapped in honeysuckle, poison ivy, poison oak, and we really don't want to know what else. But we've already been working a little bit. So we got a few limbs down there and some limbs over there, but just what he's cut out so far, it's looking pretty good. He's going after the tractor now. All of this little bitty stuff, instead of cutting it out, we're going to try to pull it out. But what he's doing is he's cutting the limbs up so far, and that's so we can get the lawnmower underneath it, clean it up. We're really hoping that once we get all this shrub out of here and this junk, get it cleaned up, it'll turn into a really pretty tree. But I am going to cut it from here. I already hear the tractor, so he'll be here in just a second. I'm going to help him start pulling this stuff out, and I will show y'all what it looks like here in a little bit. Alright, so we are slowly making progress. We could not use the tractor because we don't have a front end loader and we have a little tractor. It can't pull the trees out, so that's what he's using to get the trees out, the good old axe. But it is starting to look a lot better. It's going to be really nice once we can get it all cleaned out, but this is the pile so far. More to add to the brush pile. But she's going to be pretty. But, I mean, it's 3 o'clock. We've been out here about 3 hours working on it. So, just a little bit longer and we'll have her cleaned up. And then I'll bring y'all back. Alright, well there she is before we bush hog. He's about to bush hog now, all this little bitty stuff here. We still have all of the trees and stuff we pulled out. But I was really worried we weren't going to be able to save that tree. But I think she's going to be quite pretty. Alright, well, he's going to bush hog, and then we are going to clean up, and I'll bring you back for when it's done. Well, that's the last of the big stuff. We ended up not getting finished last night. Both of us wore completely out, so we took one load of the trimmings and then finished up this morning, which it's already 12 o'clock in the evening now. But so all we have left here is just some little piles here. There's a pile here, a few little bit right there, and we'll have to clean that up. But other than that, it's getting closer. But I am fixing to try to rake up these piles and then bring y'all back to show you what it looks like completed. Well, I would love to say we're done, but the pile's still there. The pile's still there. And if you notice, the tractor's over there. So, after I ended the last little clip, we was gonna come back, hook up to the trailer, start loading all this. One thing led to another. Both of us have the, oh, shiny, let's do this. We got this really tall, pretty cedar tree. We started cleaning up when they cut the pine tree down, which we did get all these limbs from when the limb fell in the ice storm. But we got everything cleaned up from cutting the big pine tree down, the other limbs down. And we're sitting here around the old cedar tree as we had a whole bunch of limbs here, which is now there. It's like, okay, we'll clean up all these. As we're looking at this tree, we're like, you know what? We need to, it'd be really pretty if we cleaned this tree out from underneath this tree. So, I am going to actually end this TikTok here. And I'm gonna have to bring it into a part 2 because I don't want the video to be too long. But in part 2, I'll come back and show y'all what we've done with this tree finished up over there, and maybe even throw in a clip of the baby. But anyhow, I'm going to end this one here and see y'all in part 2. So the little black ewe is Dove's baby, and hey, she comes. This one has buddied up with her and keeps trying to nurse her. She is 4 days old today, and she is doing very, very well. I just thought I'd bring a little sneak peek of her. She's our little house sheep for now. She spends her days out here with the weanlings. 2 of our keeper ewes, and then I've got a ram that I've got for sale. He is the one in the back by the house. He is beautiful. And then it's funny because the black and white ewe is actually the youngest of all of these. Every baby we're keeping is a single. And yeah, she is quite large, but because Dove kept getting out, we kept Olive here in the backyard. So yeah, she got grain, she got all the hay she wants. She didn't have to be out in the pasture, but everybody else is doing really good. And this one's growing like a weed, eating good too. I just hate that right now I'm having to give her formula because, oh, are you done? Are we done? Because my does have not freshened yet, but they are getting extremely close. It's like Nova has put herself back out to the pasture, or Brian put her out there. We still have a lot of cleanup to do. We still got to get this pile burnt. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. But I've got Miss Opal here, who is steadily starting to bag up and getting a really big belly. Hi, Opal. Hi, baby. All right, come on. And then the rest of the herd. And then Nova, my Nubian, she should be kidding out probably within the next couple of weeks. Her belly's starting to change, and the points at her tail, or her ligaments, have started to loosen up a lot. Her milk's starting to really drop down. Hi, honey. Hi, Sam. Come here. Come give me lovin'. Yes. Hi, Sam. And if anybody needs a ram, poor Sam's for sale. My sweet boy. But, give me a second. I'm going to go find Opal, and I'll do a walkthrough to show y'all the progress we made. So, y'all may not can really tell or see a difference, but we did get everything around the cedar tree cleaned up. We do want to take out this tree. This tree's got to go. All of this behind's going to go. We're going to leave 3 trees. The cedar, the big oak tree, and we think it's a Bradford pear. It's starting to bud out, these little white buds. We're going to leave it. Everything else here is going to go. I have plans for this area, but that's coming at a later date. This is all cleaned up and looking good. I'm really impressed with how this tree looks. My father-in-law told us that this fall we ought to cut it back quite a bit, but it really opens up the house. When we first bought this place, well, until we trimmed this, you couldn't see the front door from the highway. You can now. It opened it up a lot. Which we do want a disc. You come, Dixie? Come on. We do want to disc the front yard so we can level it out. It's got a lot of potholes. We got gophers really, really bad. But once we do that, I'd like to come through with some landscaping border and then fill in with the lava rock. Don't want to use mulch because we do have termites on the property. So don't want to bring them. So we're going to use lava rocks and the concrete barriers. I think it'll be very, very pretty. I'd like to put maybe some birdhouses out here. Come in, little one. Sooner or later, which we've got a lot of changes we want to do. We want to take out these poles on each side and maybe put boat arc or cedar poles, and then maybe put a fence on each side. And then I would actually like to hang beautiful ferns. I know it will block the window, but I think ferns on the front porch is very pretty. We're going to get rid of all this concrete soon, so all of this is going and not coming back. I don't know if he's taking this part out or if he's going to leave it, but I think he's taking it out though. And then all of this is coming out. And then we're going to pull back from the house a little bit and probably re-pour. If he pulls this out, we'll re-pour this. And then I like the way a pea gravel walkway looks. So I'm trying to talk him into doing a pea gravel walkway that's bordered. So, but if we've got a lot of work to do. We still got to get this tree out. And then on this side of the house, which the goats did a really, really good job for us. They cleaned it out really well. But just like that was around this tree and around the cedar tree, there's all these little hackberry type trees all over the place, little cedar trees. All of these trash trees have got to go. And if I am not mistaken, almost 90% of the trees all along here are going to go. Even though this pine tree is beautiful, we're going to pull the pine again with that little blooming tree. I think it's maybe a Bradford pear. If I am wrong, y'all please correct me. Not 100% sure what these little trees are. They're pretty though. But the pine tree behind it's going to go. This tree here is already losing limbs. This limb here on the last storm, we were sitting in the house, and because our computer room is right here, our bedroom's right behind it, and it sounded like something blew up. Well, the limb shattered. But we're going to pull everything here down, leave any oak trees, hardwood tree, which will probably be just this one here. Leave, like I said, that one tree that's blooming, and the big goat tree. That tree is not going until it falls down. Everything else that we want down is going to go down. But the reason for this is going to be a raised bed garden. We both like a raised bed garden, so that's what we're going to do here. And one key reason for that It's a water hydrant, so it'll make it a little easier. But this is a big project we're not ready for. We really need to start working on the backyard. We do want to find a fireplace insert before next year. And then, as bad as I hate to, we are going to cut up the black walnut. The ash is going to be cut up. We have a huge oak tree that fell. It's got to get cut up, and we're going to use that for firewood. But all of this is just limb pieces from when they cut the trees down. We've got to get that out of here. And I've got to evict the goats, or the weanlings, from the backyard so we can actually have a backyard. It's just bad because I have no place to wean them except for in our backyard. So when it's weaning time, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm being followed by my escort. But so that's just some of the things we're wanting to get done. We got a lot of work to do. I mean, I feel like we've accomplished quite a bit just by getting those 2 trees done. Like I said, everybody can see the big difference on this tree because up until yesterday, it's been years since anybody has seen the front of this house. And it just opened up so much of the yard. I mean, where it's dirt, that was all covered in vines and trees. So we gained a lot of front yard. And then, you know, the cedar, getting it cleaned out helped just prettied it up a little bit. Let me walk y'all out there. But that's just a little bit of our update. But I am running out of time, so I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna go take a shower because I'm absolutely filthy and I'm tired. So see y'all in the next video.